Guys, I can't film anything in this garage. It's a pit cave of darkness. And this video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. More on that later. 3, 2, 1.
Jake's Moto Vlog.
It's been a minute. If you didn't know, if you weren't keeping up, look, we moved. This is a new garage. There was a lot to do. This whole area was just full of just stuff. I had to build a barbecue pad thing in the backyard. There's like 6,000 pounds of rocks in there. I moved with a wagon from my driveway to that pad. I built this little shed. Now I don't have to have all the mower stuff in here. I got it all out there. Also, you notice the paramotor is no longer in here. The garage has been basically cleaned up. There's still a few little bit of organizing to do, but we're basically ready to start building the XR again. There's just one little problem, as you probably can already tell. This light's terrible. Just not gonna cut it. Also, yeah, we gotta do something about the echo too. Future video, that's pretty easy to fix as well. My old garage, probably 3-something years ago or so, I did a video where I put LED lights in the garage. It was awesome, it was really bright, but man, it was expensive. You had to actually take fluorescent housings, got the, here's a tank driving by. I had to take fluorescent housings, got the electronics out of them, take the ballast out, and then basically hardwire in these LED lights that popped in there, and they cost more money than I really want to admit. I think to get 4 LED lights was a little over $200. They were really bright, they were good, but you still had to get right under the lights to do any work if you're gonna be filming. If you're just out in the garage working, it wasn't a problem. But for me, because I film, I don't need any shadows or anything, so I decided when I moved here, I wasn't gonna bring those lights with me. I was gonna start fresh and just try to do a whole new setup. When on Amazon, that's always a great start, right? The great thing is these lights have come crazy down in price. They're nowhere near what they used to cost. Let's look at these things. It's 8 flipping lights in this thing, dude. Look at this. This pack of 8 was only like 50-something bucks. They all can daisy chain together. They just hook on end to end down here. You can plug them all in. We're gonna make a whole pattern with them up here on the ceiling. And yeah, these things are gonna be pretty flipping good. Because I'm a complete lunatic, hang on. I bought 2 8-packs. I have a whole 8 more right here. This is gonna be nuts. This is probably overkill. I don't think an average person is gonna need 16 of these on their ceiling. This is my unique situation because I'm trying to film out here and do all that. Let's just better like, yeah, some studio lighting here. I was worried these are gonna be a little too blue. They are pretty blue, but pretty, they're so nice. You know, with that old stuff I'd have, even with my LEDs, I'd have to really make sure I had a good day to film on it so I could get daylight from the garage coming in. So that means it couldn't have any overcast, couldn't be raining, anything weird like that, couldn't be late. And then even if the situation's perfect and the sun's shining, if someone's mowing their lawn or kids are screaming, normally it wouldn't bother me if I was just in the garage wrenching, but trying to film, all that stuff was always a pain. So I've really gone just complete overkill. I've gotten 16 of these things. They go like 20 watts or something each. This is like a 20 amp circuit in my garage, so like all of these will be no problem. Maybe we'll divide it up into a couple little sections, but yeah, 16 of these still only costing me like 100-something bucks, you know, ship like $110 or something. So, but why exactly do we want LED lighting? It's a good question, I suppose. The LED lights will put out a really good amount of light, especially for the amount of power that they'll draw. It's not that you can't get really bright, you know, fluorescence or halogen incandescent bulbs, you can, but they're going to use a lot more power. LED bulbs, very low powered, very efficient. That'll save you money on your bills, of course, too, and makes polar bears happy, right? They last longer, they put off amazing light, and they have almost no power draw. The only real drawback, the reason we weren't all using them a couple years ago is because they cost a lot of money. Prices come, like I said, way down on them. Now I'm thinking I might put 2 just right above here and have those just on their own plug, just so those will be right there for the shop. And then I'm thinking about kind of doing these 8 patterns, think of like a digital 8. I grabbed some hardware to make this work. I even got like these drywall screws, but honestly, these things are so crazy light. I think the hardware it comes with is fine. Yeah, they come with this little screws and clips, and pretty much the entire thing just can be snapped into on the back side. This is gonna be so straightforward. I mean, I figured I would have to make like a template so I could make sure I was getting all the screws in the right spot. That'd just be overkill. It's gonna be like super simple. First one down there, I'm gonna put another one right next to it there. You can actually like, not only can you daisy chain them together like I was saying before, you can like, there's this one little connector there that lets you put one right up next to another one. So I think I'll do that. It was a little harder than I thought it was gonna be, just because once they're clipped in there, they really don't want to slide. And I guess the thing to do if you're gonna do that is to go ahead and have them stuck together, put all your clips up and snap it in one go. This clip can just attach anywhere, like I said, anywhere along the body here, as long as you got two. This thing is, I don't even know, have to measure it in grams, it's so light. What I need to do now is this bulb right here. Well, it's got to go. We need to switch that from being a light bulb socket to a 2-plug socket, so I can make one array on one side of the garage and one array on the other side of the garage. And of course, you should always hire a proper electrician to do this and turn the power off and let them do all the work, because you'll burn your house down. I would never suggest you try to attach 3 wires to the back of a plug. Have to use some crazy tools like a Phillips screwdriver. It's way outside of our realm. So I'm gonna get a professional electrician to install this. All right, electrician was here, totally, yeah, and he did his thing, and it works and doesn't shock you, and all the multimeter stuff works. He just needs to get a different cover for it, because that cover looks like shit. I can start configuring the figure 8 power of tower. Alright, so the figure 8 pattern has kind of just gone out the window. I think I was trying in my head to go for one of those like tight patterns I've seen people online do with these things. It looks kind of cool, but then I was like, I want the light more spread than that, so I started spreading it out, and then they kind of ended up really uneven, and I noticed there were some darker spots, and then we're just kind of in freestyle at this point. I'm just trying to make it kind of like, I'm not looking so much at the ceiling about, do I want that to look cool, as much as do I want it to be functionally bright down here. It's pretty bright. 5 more still to go, and it's pretty bright in here, so I'm trying to think what will make the most sense. Because these clips, they're just held in one spot. They can kind of pivot, so what you can kind of do is say, okay, I want to put a light here, right? Put a little divot here, and then kind of going down to the other end, putting a little divot here. This also helps start the screw. I've already got my wire on the other end. They're kind of hard to push in, so that's why I want to get kind of close there. And then what you might have to do is pivot these as you're putting them in, so they're lined up correctly. There we go. Alright, I don't want to show you the main array just yet, but I do need to tidy up all these wires. I'm just going around with some of these little flip dealies and just kind of securing them up. No, that's the worst thing that could happen. Like, I can't see anything. I've got just the little garage light that comes on when you open and shut the garage, because that's pretty close to the same. It is the same kind of bulb that was in the other one. The camera's actually making it look considerably brighter than it really is. I tried a second ago, like firing all the lights on and off with the everything set like kind of in manual, you know, but there's just such extreme of darkness to brightness that that's not gonna work. Just to warn you now, the audio adjustments on camera, I'm just gonna have them on. I can already tell you lose some of the effect. We've kind of buttoned up all the wiring. Everything is looking nice and pretty. For fun here, I've stuck my bike here in the middle. Just give you a rough idea, trying to film. And yeah, again, the camera's really going hard right now, cranking up the, what is it, the iOS or exposure or whatever it is. I'm not a super camera-y person. And again, I don't think the average person is gonna need 16 of these things. You could probably order that 8-pack, spread them out across your garage and do pretty good. Let's throw the lights on. That's what y'all really wanna see, right? 3, 2, 1. This is crazy. It's so bright. I can be a cool kid, see? The light is a little bluish looking, you know, but it's not too bad. I was worried that it was gonna be really blue, because if you look at the packs, they say something like 6500K. I don't think they really are. For most filming stuff and things, you won't see the lights. You're not even really gonna see the lights. They're above us. Hey, Jake from the future here, and I've cranked the shutter speed to max to show you this effect at full. It took me a minute to figure out what was going on because it was so slow, but it looks like, crank this down here. It's like somewhere around there should fix it. Basically, I have to manually set the shutter speed, or the frequency of the house messes with the frequency of the camera. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to like throw this in here real quick and show you that I don't have to have those kind of black, you know, how you doing? I'm good looking. You don't have to have those black thingies on the screen. I might still have to mess with it a little bit more. It can be kind of hard sometimes to see it back on the little display. I need to look at this part, not this part. Hey, how y'all doing, YouTube? Just gotta remember to set it before I start recording. It's really easy. It's literally just a little thing I spin there. I usually keep everything on auto because I'm a lazy person, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, camera, you know best. So this is what it should look like. I just don't foresee too many issues where I don't have like enough light in here now to film when I'm working on the bike. Pretty cool. I mean, all in all, really easy to install. I've never wanted to get lights I had to move around, so for me, this is great. For you, if you probably considering lights like this, you're probably not filming. I think it's a 6 or 8 pack is probably perfect. This looks great. A big thanks to our sponsor, ExpressVPN. A VPN, or a virtual private network, is the best way to protect yourself online. It's gonna hide your IP address and your location from others online, otherwise it's just out there. Without a VPN, it's really easy for hackers to access your personal information, get a hold of your email, even open bank accounts. It only takes one time. It can easily be avoided with ExpressVPN. Phone, tablet, other devices are constantly used in public Wi-Fi networks, and hackers love those things. So easy to steal your information. But with ExpressVPN, it encrypts your data. And ExpressVPN is rated #1 by TechRadar. We got 94 locations worldwide. You can change where you are with just a click. It just takes a second. ExpressVPN has the best speeds compared to the other VPN services out there. It works with everything: Windows, Mac, iOS stuff, the Android stuff, Linux. Stream, download content from anywhere for less than $7 a month. It's a great deal. If you're unsure, they do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I personally use ExpressVPN because, well, everything I do is online. My job, how I get paid. I always have to access my online accounts like TheGardenSnake, and oftentimes that's through my phone and a public Wi-Fi network. I can't risk something happening to those accounts. I mean, my family relies on that. But I don't have to be concerned with that because I use ExpressVPN. But I'm not unique. We're all using the computers and interwebs for everything we do. We all need protection and privacy, and ExpressVPN is the best choice for that. So go to the link in the description right now and check out the link. It's expressvpn.com/JakeTheGardenSnake. And you find out how you can get 3 months for free. Get protected, get your privacy back right now. Go to ExpressVPN, check them out. I'm gonna get my tan back on here with these mega lights. We're getting back on this thing next few videos. I'm itching to ride it, so yep, stay tuned to that. Later.